Namaskar. A very warm welcome to all of you to C Sharp, a session on music, how it can heal, and how music is a great medium to help us feel good, especially during these trying times. I'm very happy and honored to be part of the ATOS Innovation Week, and thank you to the curatorial team for wanting to have a session on how music or the arts can impact the mind and the body. I'm Sunita Bhuyan, and I'm currently the mentor of the ATOS Sintel Prayas Foundation. And we reach out to hundreds of thousands of children across cities in the less privileged communities and try to give them a holistic understanding of education, knowledge, as well as their all-round development through enrichment, the arts, the sports, music. So today we shall take you through a short session on how music, apart from being a great entertaining platform, has two profound benefits on the mind and body. I'm recording this from a home in Mumbai, in India, and we're completely under lockdown. And I don't have my regular musician or my team of musicians with me because we're all inside our homes. However, I do have Ranajit, who is a pianist. He's my son. And the reason that I smile when I say that we're going to play together is that Ranajit is trained in Western classical, and I'm trained since the last 40 years in Indian classical violin. Of course, the violin I have in my hands is a very old, antique German violin. And but we had to create music together. They say for artists, there's not a reason why, there's but to do or die. Meaning we have to keep our craft and our passion going. So we decided that we're going to create music together. And do you know why we were able to do that? Not because we were great musicians, but because music and the universal 7 notes, the science and art of music is universal. In the Indian system, the notes of the octave are sa re ga ma pa da ni sa sa re ga pa ma ga re sa. And in the Western style, the notes are do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la sol fa mi re do. And all the music in the world, Indian classical, Western classical, rock, jazz, pop, Hollywood, Bollywood, Indian film music, folk, reggae, Celtic, Africa, trance, lounge, all the music in the world is based on these 7 notes. How does music heal? How does it impact the mind and body? And what is the science behind music therapy? Music from the source of the artist, the musician, the singer, travels through the sound waves in the atmosphere and reaches the mind or the ears of the listener. As soon as we hear a piece of music that we have heard before, or which we like instantly, or which is so powerful, so beautiful, we still react to it and we connect to it. Our process moves from hearing to listening, and when we start listening to a piece of music, our brain sends signals to different parts of the body via the nervous system, and the body calms down. And that's when, in about 7 to 8 minutes, our body starts producing the feel-good hormones called endorphins. And this is the context of music therapy. These feel-good hormones regenerate our tired cells, make our cells which are degenerated maybe due to illness, stress, disease, they replace them and they start building on them. And research in the brain research centers across India, especially in the National Brain Research Center in India, says that sound therapy can be used for cognitive preservation. Even our brain cells stay healthier when we listen to music. Any creative engagement that we do could be writing, painting, playing an instrument, singing a song, creating something, cooking, gardening, spending time with those whom we love, doing things that we like, can produce those hormones in the body, endorphins. And if we have a good amount of feel-good hormones in our body, we feel happy, and also helps us de-stress, deal with stress, because it calms down our mind. So the feeling of happiness that we feel is scientific, because the brain responds to the stimulus that makes us happy, and that's what impacts our well-being. So in these trying times, we can use music during different times of the day, different kinds of music, and we'll come to that a little later. First, let me show you how music is created. Let's take 7 notes that we talked about. Let me start with the universal do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti from The Sound of Music. But however, I learned music, I learned Indian classical through the Indian notes. But when I hear a Western melody, when I hear a Western song or a different style of singing, I adapt to it via the Indian notes. It resonates through the Indian notes. So the deeper the depth of our understanding of music, the subject, the knowledge, the text, the structure, the wider our expertise, wider our flexibility to be able to adapt to different styles of music. Much like business, if we are good in our domain, especially for us who are in the ITES world, if our depth of our domain is deep, our concepts are clear, we can align to any business we need across the world. It doesn't matter which school we went to in a small town maybe, but because our concepts of our domain are clear, we can adapt. And that's exactly how music helps us collaborate, adapt, recreate, innovate, and create. Let me show you how it's created. Sa, re, ga, sa, ga, re, ga, ma, ga, re, ma, ga, ma, ba, ga, ba, ga, ba, ma, ba, ga, ba, ma, ga, ma, sa, re, ga, ma, ma, ga, tha, re, ga, ma, ma, da, re, ga, ma, ma, da, re, sa, sa, re, ga, a dear of being dear, raindrop of golden sun. Me, my name, I call myself, far along our way to So that was do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, a deer, female deer. And I used the same notes and tried to play it in a slightly Indian style. Because in Indian music, we do not write everything down. We just have the main frame and then we operate in the platform. I am using jargons of the IT world because I'm talking to an IT audience. So we have the main frame and then we move around around the platform with 7 notes, but keeping the structure of that particular melody in place. So when you listen to an Indian musician perform on stage, especially a classical one, you'll not see anything written down because we recreate and innovate and compose a lot of the movements on stage with our co-artists, and rhythm plays a very important role. We don't have any rhythm player to show. Typically, I would have a percussion player to come together and show the interplay between melody and rhythm, which creates the actual harmony, and then that which creates the symphony. So this was an English a song from the English movie Sound of Music. Let's take an Indian piece and see how that piece is recreated. I'm taking a traditional Indian rag. Sa, re ga pa ma ga re ga ma ma ga ma re sa re sa. Ga pa dha ni sa ni dha ni dha pa ma re ga pa ma ga ma re sa re sa. If the same notes were given to a music director of a film, he would probably create something like this. Sa re ga pa ma ga re ga pa ma ga sa pa ma re pa ma sa pa ma re ga ma ga sa ni sa re. Jiya dole kya hi bole janu na. Jiya dole hole hole kyun hi dole janu. Romantic song of a film picturized on 2 leading stars of Indian film industry. But what lies beneath the song, beneath the lyrics, are the notes, much like the values. See, the values of leadership. What we see are successful organizations, successful executives, change makers, strategists, restructuring experts. But what lies beneath are their leadership values of knowledge, their passion, being able to communicate with the teams, take their teams together, to be inclusive in their approach, to work with differences, and most importantly, sharing a common goal. So music again teaches us this lesson that there is no class or mass of the 7 notes. Much like COVID-19, it doesn't see a class or mass when it needs to hit someone. So music also, the 7 notes doesn't differentiate. A romantic song, a song in the choir, a classic like Do Re Mi Fa, or even a song in the cabaret, in the club, will have the 7 notes. A very famous song from a film and a cabaret sequence. The second line is for all of us, all of you in ATOS. Indian film space. You have to guess which song this is. It is definitely from Hollywood. Sa 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 ri sa 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 ni sa re ga re sa 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 ri sa. Far across the distance and the spaces between us, you've come to see the world. So these were examples of how the 7 notes can create and recreate. And when we talk so much about popular music and the 7 notes prevalent in the popular music across the world, let us show together. Ranajit being a Western classical pianist, I must do one piece which is from a Western classical great master. So Mozart is my favorite composer. However, I'm going to play Mozart with an Indian accent. Like when we Indians speak English, we don't speak, we have an Indian accent. When people in Europe speak English, they have a different accent. People in the US speak English, they have different accent. But the communication is the same. The words that they use make all the difference in their message. Same way, music, 7 notes, styles are different, genres are different. So I'm going to join Mozart, fuse Mozart and an Indian classical rag. Sa ni sa re ga pa ma ga re sa ni sa re ga pa ma ga re sa 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 re ga pa ma da 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 pa ma ga re ma ma ga re sa ni sa re.